one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. And but in this incarnation, that last season of And Just Like That, she was at the top of her game, you know. And she, like, we lost Willie. That was horrible. It was very difficult. It was incredibly sad. And they had to rewrite on the fly. And I remember coming in the day, I came in the day after he passed. I was working and I just broke. It was horrible. And she took me, SJ took me out and just, you know, calmed me down, soothed me. And she's like you know, she's like a sister. She's amazing to work with. And the great thing was that I was always in Charlotte's life. And look, it had been 11 years since the last movie. So obviously I am friends with Carrie. Anthony is friends with Carrie, but audiences need to be spoon-fed and they need to see it. I've been put into her life now, which is, you know, a great thing. I mean, I get to go to lunch with them. I get to, you know, I get to be part of her life and as well as Charlotte's life and Miranda. And so, and I hope I get to be part of some of the new characters who I love, like, you know, Sarita Chowdhury, who I adore. She's become a very close friend, and Karen Pittman, who's wonderful, and Nicole R. Parker, who I adore. I love her. So I mean, I hope I get to play with them too. I don't know yet. I get these episodes one at a time. That's how I like it. I don't want to know.
You don't.
I don't want to know. No, I don't. I want to discover it at the table read. That's when I read it. That's how I do it.
Was there something comforting about, you know, the fact that you guys were in production, like when Willie passed, you know, the fact that, I mean, not that everyone was so far away, you lived in New York, but was there at least
Yes,
something?
we were all together.
Yeah.
We were all together. It was, I mean, to be separated during that wouldn't have been fun. No, it wouldn't have been a good thing. We were together. We all kind of just huddled together and powered through and did it and kept them in our hearts the whole time.
That's what I would have thought.
Yeah.
Is there a certain storyline of like yours or Carrie's or anyone's that you thought just like jumped the shark like throughout the years where you're just like, oh guys, come on, I can't believe we're doing this?
No, not really. I don't tell the writers what to do. You know, I'm not one of those people that, like, if there's a few things I've improvised here and there, but Michael Patrick King, I've known him since 1983. We did stand up together. He wrote me this part. I didn't know it was going to continually come back. No, I only did 12 episodes over the last 4 years of the show.
Wow.
Season 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I did both movies, which kind of solidified it. But oh, my ear parts are going out. This is not good. But anyway, I'm going to have to do the rest of these Zoomers today without ear parts. So I hope they can deal with it. But anyway, so he, you know, this character is very much part of him, and he writes for me better than anybody. I mean, if I'll improvise and suggest something, and sometimes he'll say no, and sometimes he'll let it fly, and sometimes he'll love it and then decide, no, I don't like it. But I never read something and go, excuse me, Michael, can we talk in the writer's room about this? Never. I trust him. I would walk into any room with him blindfolded. So yeah, I'm good.
Wow. Well, another part of your career, which I've loved every time you're on The View or you've been on The View, I've loved watching you on The View.
I love doing The View. I miss it because I used to do it so much.
You did it a lot.
It started years ago. I did. It started when, you know, Joy had me on her Comedy Corner. That's how it started. And then I think the second or third time I did her Comedy Corner, I think I did it after the Golden Globes, and I just went off about the Golden Globes. They were like, hey, why don't you come on after every award ceremony and rip it apart? So that was fun. But you can't do that anymore because people get so offended. So I'm glad it's over. I don't want anybody coming after me for shit I say. I'm too old for that crap. Like, no, thank you. I'm tired. As Fantasia would say, I'm tired.
It's a different world we live in today, yes.
Yeah,
but
you
know,
can't say shit.
You can't say shit. I mean, after The Masked Singer, though, you know, sometimes the phone starts ringing, you know, you with this new panel, like if you got a call to join The View, you wouldn't.
No. Years ago I would have, but now, no. I don't want to be on TV every day and have people coming after me for what I say. No, it's none of your business. No, thank you. No, I'm good. Look, especially now with this coming back, I'm good. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. This is season 2. I would love it to go on a little bit more, but then I'm fine. I can continue to be the laziest man in show business.
It's like, listen, I think it's got a long run ahead of it, just like The Masked Singer does.
Yes, it does. Oh, that's endless. Yes. That's amazing. And it's, you know, when I first heard about it, I was like, I mean, before it was on the air, I was like, what? What? And then I watched it. I was like, this is they've hooked into something. And, you know, people are just, it's watched by millions. So, you know,
as soon as I heard the idea, I was like, this is literally the most brilliant thing I've ever heard.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh my God.
No question. Yep.
The possibilities
I'd be a
are
judge.
endless.
If they asked me to be a judge on it, I would. I'd do
You
that.
would.
Oh, sure. Yes. Why not?
So
If they asked me to be a judge on any kind of show like that, I would do it. I don't want to be a contestant. No. I mean, on that, I would. But like, I get asked to do reality shows all the time. Like, you know, I'm not going to live in a house with 8 people for 3 weeks. And I get offered this stuff. I don't even negotiate up. I just say no. There's no way ever. That was a rule. And this, like I said, is a talent competition. Even Dancing with the Stars, American Idol, they're talent competitions. You know, they're really not reality shows. To me, a reality show is when you get into someone's life and you follow them around with the camera 24/7. That's a reality show. Or it's mixed of fiction and fact, but you're planning things, but it's a family or whoever. That's a reality show. It's not when it has a variety, like Dancing with the Stars to me is like the closest thing to a variety show that we have, especially when it was on early and there were 2 nights and that second result night, you know, people would come on and sing. And it was like, you know, it was like a variety show. It was amazing. It was great. It was thrilling. Now that show I watch every time, but I'd never do it because it's all rehearsal. And I can dance all right. It's all rehearsal. I'm not doing that. And The Masked Singer is like, I know I can sing and I rehearsed hard. I worked hard on it, but you know, dance steps. I got best dancer in high school, but I'm 90 now. Forget it.
It's not easy. Speaking of reality shows and not wanting, is this true that Andy Cohen wanted you to do at one point like a Life on My D List, like a Kathy Griffin type
Yeah,
show?
he did. And I love him, but I was like, no. She did that well because she stayed above it. You know, I don't know if I could have stayed above it. And he wanted to bring in my Italian American family because I would do that in my stand-up, and I did a whole chunk about that in my one-man show on Broadway and Laugh For. So, you know, he wanted to bring in my sisters and my brother. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be responsible for making my mentally ill family famous. That's not happening. I'm not stupid. There's just no way. Mm-mm.
Do you watch like Housewives? Like, do you watch any reality? No.
Never saw an episode. Never saw an episode of the Kardashians or the Housewives, or I don't like it. I feel it's ruined television.
It's a
done
lot.
Everything done. I think it's one of the reasons why Trump was elected, because we have dumbed down and people can't turn away from those big mouths screaming at